What is up, guys? It is DMG here, and today is going to be another episode of Chump the Champ, and it's actually going to be a catch-up episode because since like the second episode, I believe, because this is gonna be a third episode. Since the second episode, we've played a shit ton of games, got some coins, got some different squads, opened some packs, kind of did a couple of the starter pack SBCs, did some of the actually got like all of the manager tasks slash like starter objectives done. So we did all of that, right? And I wanted to do this catch-up episode because this is coming out Thursday night to me. So, you know, for Friday and Saturday, hopefully I'm going to be streaming. One of those days I definitely will be, but hopefully for both of them, I'm going to be streaming some FUT Champ stuff, right? First FUT Champs weekend of FIFA 18. Cannot wait to get my ass kicked and play Park the Bus People, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to be grinding out those games and hopefully get some decent rewards for this Road to Glory account. So first thing I do want to talk about is kind of the games and stuff because like I think at the start it showed that I had like 11 games played. But since then, since what's going to be kind of like at the end of this episode and what I'm going to be, you know, showing you guys tomorrow is that I've played 60 or so since then, maybe 50 or so since then, which, I mean, in a course of, you know, a week or two, that's not really a lot. But, you know, I didn't really show anything, so, you know, I feel like that at least needs to be some, you know, somewhat explained, right? So, honestly, it was just offline stuff, you know, squad battles, getting some of the starter objectives done, right? So playing like the team of the week, playing single player season games a couple of times. Again, doing some squad battle stuff, doing some, you know, Division 10, Division 9, Division 8 stuff for online. So I didn't really feel like that was that important because those were games I pretty much should just be winning and just kind of grinding out, right? No one really wants to see squad battles unless it's, you know, in a big stream or to kind of just finish it out, grind it out if you have to. And no one wants to see, you know, me in Division 8 kind of play to get 9 points and try to get, you know, a win. Like no one really wants to see that. So again, I didn't really show that. What I am going to be showing is like a couple games here and there, right, that are online in like Division 10, Division 9, and those were kind of the new teams or the teams that we had built, right, because we didn't really have a lot of teams built last time we did this. So all I did was kind of just build them and stuff. And that's also the other thing I do want to talk about. I mean, there is some other stuff as well, but just the teams that I've built. One of them is a BPL team, and the other one is kind of one that I've been switching. So the first one is a BPL team, and I mean, it has changed a little bit in terms of players, but it has been strictly BPL since then, right? It has been strictly BPL, so we still have Winston Reed, we still have Aurier, who we have packed, I think, like pretty early on. He was like one of our first or second, you know, players, like pretty big players that we packed. Still have Obiang, still have Sandy Cazorla, still have who is it? Slimani, still have Ki Sung Young, right? We still have those players. And then, you know, goalkeeper, left back, left center mid, striker, we've kind of replaced and upgraded since. Now we did have Lacazette, so that's a downgrade obviously from him, but we have a permanent player now, so it's a lot better. So that is it for the BPL team, at least. Now the other team that we had initially was a Bundesliga team, and I believe it had, you know, Embolo at striker, had Konoplyanka left wing, Pulisic right wing, Rafael, Delaney, Januzovic in the midfield, had like Ta, Farman, I think we had Plattenhardt or Oscar Wendt or something like that. I think we had Kaderabek as at right back as well. And I mean, I think that was in a 4-3-3, and I mean, honestly, I just wasn't really clicking with it. I mean, I was still winning a couple games here and there, but again, keep in mind, this was for, you know, Division 10, Division 9, Division 8. This was for squad battles, right? And, you know, for the BPL team, right? Or at least, you know, you compare the Bundesliga for the BPL team, right? And they're pretty much the exact same for, they're pretty much the exact same in terms of, you know, quality. Honestly, they're pretty much the exact same. But, you know, for the BPL team, right, when I was playing in squad battles, when I was playing in online divisions, I was dominating, right, which I feel like I should, right, because for squad battles, I was consistently winning 4-0, 5-0, 4-1, 5-1, whatever, right? I was doing that with the BPL team. With the Bundesliga team, I was not doing that, right? For the squad battles, I was not doing well. Like, it was just really frustrating to play with because they weren't in the right positions, they weren't connecting well with the ball when they were shooting, they weren't passing well. And I was still winning, but it was like 2-0, grinding out a 2-0 win against, you know, the computer, right? When with the BPL team, who's the exact same quality, I was doing, you know, 4-0, 5-0, 6-0, 4-1, 5-1, 6-1 score lines, which I was dominating, right? Same thing for online play for the BPL team. And, you know, for the Bundesliga team, again, it was not doing well. For squad battles, it was 2-0, maybe like a 2-1, 3-1 win. Online, it was the exact same thing. So what I did want to do is kind of switch it up. So I kind of discarded the entire Bundesliga team for the most part. I did keep a couple players for super subs, and I kind of switched up the team a little bit. I initially started with a hybrid, went, you know, Plattenhardt left back, Toff, Farman in goal. And I went with some Milan players kind of in the back. Then I went with some La Liga players up front, right? And again, I have changed that, and you'll see who I've changed it with, what I've changed it to later on in the video. I have, you know, changed a lot of it, right? It's not a Bundesliga team anymore. It's not really a pretty big hybrid anymore. So since then, you know, it has changed just kind of just the team in general. So the other thing I do want to talk about before we get into the foot drafts of this is some of the packs that I have gotten. Like I said, I just wanted to get kind of like the start objectives out of the way, so I just kind of grinded that out, opened some packs. You saw we didn't really get a lot of great players. We did get Seri from Nice, and he's been a great super sub for me at least, and he's honestly has been fantastic. On the screen right now, you're going to be looking at Andre Gray, who we did replace with Lacazette. And, you know, obviously that's not as good, right? That's a downgrade, but, you know, Lacazette was a lone player. And then I think the packs I'm showing now are the, I think these are like the ones you get if you pre-order. So the Legend Ronaldo we're going to have for 5 games, the regular Ronaldo who we're going to have for 8 games actually, because you can have Ronaldo for 3 games in the catalog. So we got him and just combined the contracts and stuff. So we have, you know, regular Ronaldo, gold Cristiano Ronaldo for 8 games, and then we have Legend Ronaldo for 5 games. And, you know, every week we will be looking forward to the, you know, the loan team, the week pack, the 2 15K packs, which is nice. And for the loan one, we got Inform Murata, which was nice. We did use him up already. And he was actually pretty decent, so, you know, it's going to be a good card to look into if we can't afford it. The other players that we did pack, the one on the screen right now was Argentina flag, so immediately you think, what, Messi, Dybala, Higuain. And unfortunately, it was Gaetan, who, I mean, he looks okay, right? And it's a decently high rating. It's an 83. So hopefully we can use that for like a squad build or something. And then for the other one, we actually did get a decent pack. And this one we actually got like a usable player for me, right? Like Gaetan is usable, but this one actually fits in our team, right? So we did get Joe Hart in goal. And we replaced, I think it was Boric. Yeah, we did replace Boric. We did get Zabaleta as well. We have a fuck ton of West Ham players for some reason. But going into the foot draft now, and I actually did use coins for this. Again, no money spent or anything, so we obviously did have used coins for this. But I think I had like 16 or 17K. Used you know, the 15K entry for it, and we went down to like 1 or 2K. So honestly, there was a pretty big amount riding on this, not necessarily just because, you know, we could get some amazing packs at the end, but because that was the vast majority of our budget at the time. Now, the reason I did it anyway was just because, you know, we had our 2 teams set up, so I didn't really think it was that big of a risk, even if we did lose. But the team itself was actually really, really nice. Like, everyone just kind of fit a role, pretty much. Like, we did have, what was it, like 3 or 4 standout players, right? We had Van Basten at striker, we had Ronaldo at left mid, we had Legend Yashin at goalkeeper. And I think that was like kind of like the only ones who were like star-studded in the starting 11, I believe. And everything else was just kind of for chemistry. And then we did bring on Insigne for the center attacking mid position, because our initial center attacking mid was pretty bad, right? It's pretty bad. So those were like kind of the 4-star players, right? It was the it was Van Basten, it was Ronaldo, it was Insigne at center attacking mid, and then it was Legend Yashin in goal. Now again, everyone else that I didn't really mention, they just kind of fit a role, so no one really played terribly, and honestly, everyone just played pretty well for the majority of the time. There were some slip-ups, but again, majority of the time they fit the role. They played, you know, within themselves and played well to kind of do well, right? But the 2 players that honestly I do want to single out the most are Van Basten, who is absolutely insane, right? Like his pace is decent enough, like it's 76, 77, so not a speedster by any means, but his positioning, his shooting is unbelievable, right? And because they're like upgraded legends, right? There's like 3 different versions of it. I think I got like the second highest Van Basten. And I mean, he actually can shoot long shots, right? He can actually legitimately shoot long shots now. Whereas I don't know if he could for the last 2 games. At least I don't know if he had good shooting stat or a good long shot stat. I'm not sure. But in this one, he actually has like 87 or something, right? And I want to say in the last one, he didn't have that. But so that was the other one, right? Or that was the first one, right? Was Van Basten. The other player who was fantastic, not Ronaldo, but it was Insigne. Insigne at a center attacking mid is ridiculous. He is legitimately a cheat code. He is the best player I've used so far in FIFA 18. Now, admittedly, that's not that big of a deal because I haven't really used a lot of players, right? I only played 1 foot draft, and we've played with not mediocre players, but just kind of above average players for the teams, for the players in our team. So, you know, saying that Insigne, who is a good player, is the best one that I've used so far, again, isn't that big of a deal. But I mean, still, like what I've noticed at least is small players who are fast, can dribble, who are agile and have good balance, they are just broken in this game because defenders can't really adjust really well, right? They can't move very fast. Their agility and balance isn't that good. So when you have a player who can dribble fast, who can move fast, has good agility and balance, who's just quick and fast and just, you know, has good pace, they're going to be broken. They're going to be so broken because I also have Bruma as one of the super subs on my team, right? And he has good pace, like just as fast as Insigne. The agility and balance, I think, is just as good. Maybe Insigne a little bit better. The dribbling is pretty similar. I think Insigne, again, a little bit better. And, you know, he has better shooting and passing. But Bruma is pretty much the exact same player in terms of pace and dribbling. So, again, all you have to do, just fucking hold sprint and then just fucking weave. That's all you have to do. Because if you play someone who isn't that good at defending, which is honestly not that difficult to come up against because defending is a lot harder this year and more manual, all you have to do is just hold sprint and just weave. That's all you have to do. So, you know, with Insigne, that's pretty much what I did, right? That's all I pretty much did. So I think this is the 3rd game because I did have to make a couple subs. Yeah, so in the 3rd game I did get a red card. And kind of like the only subs I made before and after this game were just Insigne center attacking mid, but with that red card I did have to make some substitutions. So Insigne was already in at attacking mid. I had to sub out Vasquez at right mid. I just subbed him out and put in Danilo Pereira at defensive mid so I could fill that gap, right? Be more sturdy defensively. And, you know, with Insigne, again, with at center attacking mid with Ronaldo, Van Basten just leading the front, right? With like just those 3 guys up top, it was ridiculous, right? And then I had, I think it was Gonalones and Pereira kind of as support. They was ridiculous, right? It was. And playing down a man, right? 10 men versus 11. I ended up winning this one 3-1, right? And that was by far the closest game. By far. Like the first one I won like, what, 7-1? Second one made him rage quit. And, you know, you're about to see in the 4th one, I end up winning the game. Just dominating the game as well. And it is another rage quit because, again, Insigne, ridiculous. Van Basten, ridiculous. Ronaldo, I mean, he was obviously great, but him being at left mid, he wasn't involved in the attack as much. That's just how it is because of the formation. So, you know, it was just Insigne and Van Basten just dominating, right? And, you know, when Ronaldo had the chance, he would be, you know, amazing. He would do Ronaldo things, but he wouldn't be involved as much as Van Basten and Insigne. But, again, everyone just played a role. Everyone did super well. Yashin, really amazing, honestly. Now, again, first 2 games. In the last game, he didn't really have a lot to save because, again, we kind of dominated those games. But the 3rd game was different. It was a little bit more difficult because we did have that red card. He actually made some important saves, right? Like, honestly, I do legitimately think that if we had like a worse goalkeeper, it could have been 3-3, 3-4 or something. But Yashin made quality saves in that 3rd game for us to win. Now, for the rewards for this, honestly, it wasn't that great. We got a mega pack, right? And we got a premium gold players pack, which honestly is below average. But I will happily take anything that's not the 2 25k packs, like the 2 gold premium players packs and the 2 5k packs. So I was fine with this reward. First one we did, we got not a walkout, but we did get an 83 or higher. And again, Argentina flashed up. So, you know, again, you think Messi, Dybala, Higuain. So, but we got Bilia, which, you know, I was a little disappointed by, honestly. But, you know, I did mention before, with the players, you know, with that hybrid team, he actually did fit in well. So he you know, went into the team straight away. And then in the second pack, we got Lanzini, who is actually in my starting 11. Again, just fit into my team perfectly. And then we have Sterling. Now Sterling, I did sell because even though I do have a BPL team, it's a narrow formation. He's a winger, so he wouldn't really fit. And you know, that's a decent. I think we got him for like, or we sold him for 10, 11K or so, something like that. So for the rest of the packs, they were from the, I think, weekly stuff, right? The pre-order stuff. And then I think the other two were from the squad battles, I believe. And these ones, again, honestly, I don't really think we got a lot in them. I'm trying to remember if we did. I know the last pack we did, and I don't really want to blow who we got yet. But yeah, so the first one we didn't do anything. Second one, I don't remember who we got. Russian striker, again, not really that good. I think for the third one, we didn't get anything either. Again, yeah, third one we didn't get anything. Second one, actually, yeah, no, I do remember. We did get that draft token, which first time that's ever happened to me. First time after getting a draft token. So, you know, that's pretty solid, I would say. So we got a draft token in it. And then for the third one, didn't get anything. But then the last one, again, not someone who goes for like 50, 60, 70K, but just like a solid player. We're using him right now. And honestly, if we do want to sell him, he'll go for a good amount. Koulibaly goes for like 10K or so. And again, we do have the kind of Kauchiwa team right now. And, you know, I'll show that at the end. But Koulibaly fits in it. Same thing with Bilia. And, you know, I do want to kind of preview the squad that we do have. Again, it was a BPL team who we already mentioned before. And then this one right here. So we have some very solid players. We have Gamero up top, who is off cam. He's on 8 cam. But it doesn't matter. He is ridiculous. So we also did buy Gomez. And again, there's Bilia, there's Koulibaly. And again, I'll do all of this on stream tomorrow as well. Or we'll go through everything as well. But again, this is just kind of like a catch-up episode to show you guys where we are. But tomorrow and Saturday, hopefully, it's just gonna be foot champs. Hopefully some SBCs as well, and we're going to be opening some packs hopefully. So that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This has been DMG. Peace.
You're higher. 83. Wait.
France? Right mid?
Usman?
Nice. Yeah.